Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Just got a little message here from my daughter on the family chat, Mogi.
Oh, yeah.
She's in science at the moment. They just dissected the old frog. What a classic, eh? The old frog. And she said, I threw up in my mouth a little bit, Dad.
We never did the frog. So when they do the frog,
okay.
do they do... So if it's sitting there, do you go nose to a-hole, or do you chop it down the middle of its back? Do you know what I mean? So slice it in half, or do you slice it down the middle in between its eyes and down its spine, or do you chop it in the middle of its back? How do you do it?
Nose to a-hole.
Nose to a-hole.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the way I did it.
Get a bit of a runner.
Lying on its back,
Yeah.
askew.
Is it dead or alive?
Oh, it depends on the science teacher.
Right.
Well, they're all dead, the ones that I worked on.
Right,
Well, eventually, sure.
No.
And from nose to nose.
Nose
And
to
actual
nose.
fact, that was the first thing I learned about dissection, and one of the things that I remember most about doing science. The old phrase,
Doing science.
nose to nose.
Nose to nose.
Is that what the science teacher said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd go, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Remember what I told you?
And all the
nose
kids
to
together.
Yeah. Nose to nose.
Because they'd say from the head down, like down the abdomen, that's what they'd say to me.
No, because it's shorter.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Easier to remember when you're doing tests and that. We never did the frog or any amphibian. The first thing we ever did was a kiwi,
Oh, yeah.
the brown kiwi.
Yeah.
Hang on, aren't they endangered or whatever?
Yeah,
A
now.
protected species?
Yeah, now. Yeah,
Back
but
then,
this
they
you're
were-
talking about the early 80s.
Oh, right.
Where there was kiwis all over the
Oh,
joint,
mate,
man.
they were seriously a
running all over
pest.
the bloody road.
They were like rats.
They were like possums.
What,
yeah.
kiwi?
Yeah, kiwi was like, yeah, man, they were absolute vermin.
And I tell
They
you
were
what,
like,
mate.
Like a Kia.
And that's just the sound
Well,
they
that's
made.
also-
That's just the sound they made when you cut them from nose to nose.
Oh, they hated it.
It was like a deflating balloon.
Yeah, they pop because and that was one of the things I learned. Like you see a kiwi and it's sort of round like a balloon, isn't it?
Yes.
And you sort of think that's contains the innards and the muscle and all that sort of thing going on, but they actually have a massive air pocket, which means if anything attacks them, the gas escapes and will hopefully put off the predator.
Yeah,
And will
yeah.
it go smaller, the bird? Will it
Well-
shrink when you pop it?
Well, yeah, the air escapes. So
Yeah.
it does refill as and the holes, the puncture marks heal. But that's the beauty of being able to dissect these animals, because I didn't know that. And imagine if I didn't know that.
Totally, man, totally. In actual fact, a lot of people don't know that about the kiwi. Very similar to the skunk in that regard. And, they'd be holding onto that gas for a long time. And
Right.
that's why the kiwi actually exists, because
Yeah.
they are literally filled with air. A predator comes by, does a bit of a keezy,
No,
and it scares off all the predators.
Well, it's
Yeah.
just because I was taught, and this is probably wrong, that kiwis didn't really have any predators because that's why they're a ground animal and don't actually have any defensive mechanisms other than like hiding in their hole or whatever, because they never had predators.
Hey? I'm just telling you, man, we would cut them open on the bloody...
Right.
So what's that? It's not friendship.
No, I'm starting to question my schooling now. Is the
yeah, well,
issue,
you should.
know?
It sounds
Yeah.
pretty lame to me.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go to school?
Oh, I'd rather not say.
Yeah, can't remember probably.
Yeah. Then there was the horse. We did the horse.
We did the horse, yeah.
That was a bit more...
You dissected a
late.
horse.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
We set ours on fire.
Yeah. Good eating, actually.
So then you ate it.
Yeah.
So you butchered a horse.
Well,
and
we were at-
Waste not, want not, man.
We were at boarding
Yep.
school, We didn't have a lot of food at boarding school. They were bloody terrible with the rations on the food there.
Yeah.
But a cooked horse meat, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
So she's been a rough couple of weeks there, Mogi.
Yeah.
You and I there, mate.
Yeah.
And,
shutting up and
it's
getting
just-
on with it, though, right?
Oh, yeah, totally. You'll never hear me going on about it. And my wife and I last night, true story this, true story. We're finally settling down to have some dinner, and my wife's tootling away there, cooking a delicious...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What was she making?
You were saying off air that it was a foul concoction. But anyway, it probably won't have an
was I
effect
saying
on the
that off
story.
here? Was I? Yeah, right, okay, yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't too bad. Couscous.
Yeah, it's hard to bugger that up. But
Yeah,
you see, she managed it.
A bit of marinated steak stuff, and so she's tutuing away there in the
Yeah.
kitchen, and I've been outside just to sort of survey things, and And I walked in through the kitchen into our lounge, without a word of a lie, the biggest dog vomit I have ever seen in my life.
Was it on
was
carpet?
No, it was on wooden floor,
Okay,
fortunately, but it was like literally a kiddie pool of dog spew.
Wow.
And so it was very much a case of my wife and I standing there just looking at it going, "Whoa, whoa."
It's foul, man.
And I don't know about you guys, but I have yet to find an effective way of dealing with a massive vomit.
They sort of coagulate oftentimes like an egg yolk.
Yes, they do.
And then you sort of push them around, and it's hard to scoop it up.
And also, I find that they get very stretchy. They can be very, especially if you've got a lot of sort
Vascuous.
Yes, very much so. Viscous.
Thank you.
And so forth. And I'm thinking, oh my God. So I got my dog and I rubbed her head in it and just plopped her down on top of it and just scooped it up all in her.
Yeah.
Thinking,
What, like she's a mop?
You made the goddamn mess. You'll clean the damn thing
wear it.
up.
So you used her as a sponge?
Yeah, totally, mate. Just scooped it up. Sort of like if you could imagine sort of a semicircle of a dog and you just sort of scissor it together. And all the spew just sort of fountains up over the lap of said dog.
A semicircle of a dog.
Yeah, semicircle. And brilliant, mate. Brilliant.
Worked a treat.
The only thing was she sort of took a couple of paces and then did that big,
Shake it all
shake it all
Yeah,
off.
right.
All over the walls, the new couch.
It didn't spoil the meal, did it?
Well, this is the thing, though, isn't it, Keezy? I mean, that'll earn your wife for feeding her the meal.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
My daughter has got a grandmother, and the grandmother's got an obsession with horses.
Right, okay, yeah.
Which she's kindly passed on to my daughter, which means, my grandmother her grandmother gets to have the fun of it while we get the bills.
Yeah, because that's not cheap.
It's not cheap and it's not happening, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, nice.
But the thing is, man, they're pretty cute kids.
Yeah.
Well, your own kids. No one else's kids are cute.
True that.
Your other kids are like your new rubbish bin. Some people think it's cute, other people mostly don't.
I think your daughter's cute?
I don't think you've seen my daughter.
No, I met your daughter at the cricket.
You did too? Yeah.
Do you want to know my opinion on whether she's cute or not?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me, I'll be honest.
She's pretty cute.
And so anyway, we thought, well, we'll take her out on a pony trek and we'll just see, because the reality of it, it's different. It's different, Keezy, seeing pictures of a horse or videos of a horse and then being around a big stinking horse.
They were a lot bigger than you realise.
Oh, they're big, man.
Scary.
So we thought we'd take her on a little pony trek there. So we went over. They've got a joint over on. I won't say where actually.
Right.
And so I went over there and I jumped on. I've done a lot of horseback riding. I was a steeplechase jockey for many years. So I've got a way with horses. It's sort of like. Have you heard of the horse whisperer?
Yeah.
I was like that, but instead of whispering, I'd scream at the bastards.
Right. Yeah. Call it an F head. And all that sort of
call
stuff.
it an F head.
Yeah.
Actually, one of my best horses was called F-Head.
F-Head,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he's an F-Head, man.
I didn't know steeplechase was done on a horse. I thought it was like a running thing you did.
No, horse.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. The Grand National over in the UK. The Queen won that once.
The Queen won that one?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, she wasn't riding it. She just owned the horse I was riding.
Yeah.
And she owned the horse called F-Head.
Oh, so she owned your horse F-Head?
F-Head, yeah.
Far out. And she didn't mind it being called F-Head?
Well, what's she going to do? She was only little, man.
Who, the Queen?
Yeah, tiny. And so anyway, I thought, we'll go out on this horse. Now, I like just to check and make sure that the nature of the horse, or in this case, pony, is good.
Yeah.
Because you don't need any nipping little bastards or anything like that, you know what I mean? They got a bit of a temper on them. They can turn on you. So we found one there, seemed pretty good. It's one of these... there's different kinds of pony. This one was an Exmoor, which is probably your smaller sort of pony.
Right, okay.
Pretty old, so we thought we were in luck there.
I'm picturing Jace, old and small.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
like
if
Jace was a pony.
Yeah, okay.
Horsey J. Withered legs. All that sort of thing. And so we went out on it, but something was going on there. I think he must have gone through a sort of a beehive or something like that, and started bucking like a bastard. Right, and off he went. And my daughter's terrified, so I had to take off after this pony,
Right.
jump off my horse, and tackle that down to the ground. You get around the head,
Yeah,
and put it in it. You just twist the bastard's neck.
Right.
You wrench it.
Right.
And just like grab its bit and just wrench that bastard, and down she goes. And, my daughter obviously took a hell of a fall.
Oh, no, she all right?
No, she's fine. She was good as gold in the end, but I was fuming, man. I was effing and jeffing.
Right.
And I grabbed that bloody pony by the throat and I slammed it up against the barn. And I said, if you ever do that again, you know what I mean, man?
To a horse.
Well, that's the thing, man. It's like, you're running a business here, pony.
Well, I mean...
And so, as a business pony, you can't be just going around bucking and nipping and, you know what,
Yeah,
you know what I
nipping
mean?
and tearing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I just had to talk some sense to it, man, because that's bad for that pony's business.
And then what did
that pony's going to be run out of town, man.
What did the pony say to you after you...
Oh, he couldn't even look me in the eye, man.
Right.
Because his eyes are on the side of his head, and I was standing in front of him.
Right,
I
okay.
hadn't thought about that, but yeah.
Far out.
Anyway, I sort of twinged my back there because they're heavy.
Right.
300-400 kilos.
Sorry, you were...
Like that.
Pinned it up
Put
in
him
the
up
air.
there, yeah,
Right.
and he didn't even know where I was.
Yeah, far out.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll teach him.
Yeah, so I think we've knocked the old pony rides on the head.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
We've got some.
This is breaking news.
Now, you'll recall the fact that we used to have a Big Show horse.
Well, we continue to.
We continue to have a Big Show horse.
A gentleman contacted us a year and a half ago. It wasn't long after we started.
Yeah, it was very
soon after our start. And he said, look, we love the show. And we want to name a horse after your show.
Yes.
We're going to call it the Big Show. We thought, bloody beautiful, man. Let us know how it goes.
Great name for a horse.
It
It
is.
is.
It is
It's
a good
massive,
name.
though, because it's kind of... We're putting our reputation on the line as the big show. So this horse needs to deliver, you know?
Yeah, I just thought we'd get some free booze and a bit of gambling down at the old track there.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And I'm trying to remember how it went, because it sort of had a run.
Fifth, I think.
Yeah, about a fifth.
Yeah.
Maybe it had a second run, I'm not too sure.
Yes.
And then the old trainer there said, look, we're just going to get it back in the paddock, sort of sort it out a little bit, because it didn't understand its left from its right. And it's a real bastard once you got your hands on a dyslexic horse.
Yeah.
It was one of those things, when some people, you go, you got to go left, and they hold up their hand so that they can see the owl.
Left and right. Yeah, my wife
they do
still
that
does that.
they can't quite. There's something in the brain that's not connected.
Yeah.
Well, this horse used to do that.
Used to hold
up
its
a
hoof?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked a bloody fool.
But it didn't even look like an owl. I suppose a lowercase L.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right.
And so anyway, they were trying to work on that for a while, and as time goes on, the sort of the update slowed, didn't they?
Yes, they did. We didn't hear anything for quite some time. Actually, we were getting quite concerned
Well,
about
it's
it.
about 14. Yeah, it's been ages, and it's one of those things where you just sort of then you forget about it completely. Well, I flicked him a text yesterday, the trainer.
Yes.
He does have an update. I was a bit concerned that it might have been, dog tucker, but instead of that, it's actually doing show jumping now.
Show jumping. Is that good?
Or
is that-
I mean,
it's better than dead
Yeah, I was
from
gonna
the
say-
horse's
Oh,
point of
totally.
view.
Yeah.
better than dog food.
I get the feeling it's been given to someone's daughter.
Yes.
Well, because it literally was named the Big Show a year and a half ago and has already been retired and put into show
The
jumping.
no show. Well, maybe show jumping. I don't know how much money you'd make from show jumping.
Oh, you can make some good coin when you get on the international stage, for sure.
Right, okay. So we still hold hopes that this thing can deliver and,
Well, I'm not sure. Well, I've never been to a show jump
I have.
before. Meet.
Pardon?
I've never been. Why were you there? When was this?
Oh, I used to go out with someone that was a show jumper.
A horse.
Yeah.
Sorry, you...
No, I used to go out with one of New Zealand's top show jumpers.
Oh, right. Mark Todd.
Well,
Blythe Tate.
so I do sort of have a bit of a background in that,
Yeah,
and
right.
I'm a bit of a horsey man myself.
Yeah, right.
Always been into my horses.
Sure have.
So,
Got a long
yeah.
face like a horse.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Bit nipple at the moment, Mogi. She's some crazy weather out there, mate.
She's pretty chilly, man.
You know what it's like in my house? I've sent you a video before. My dog went absolutely berserk last night, barking her ass off literally all night and today. And the interesting thing about that is we've got to make a decision about our dog because she's had a bit of an injury.
Top paddock.
We're thinking to ourselves, it's quite a dicey one.
Yeah.
Last night,
Doing ourselves any favours?
she wasn't doing herself any favours whatsoever. We've come to a pretty unanimous decision on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's tough.
It's real tough.
Yeah.
But
it's
she is so loud, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't envy you that. We were chatting last night. My dog's now complete. She used to respond the same way.
Yes.
More pitiful than that, actually. And now she's completely deaf, so she's got no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Well, it's not just the barking for me, too. It's when she shits on the duvet.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
unbelievable.
that really tipped me over the edge last night.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than lying in your bed with your wife in the spoon position, and your dog's barking her ass off, but at the same time squeezing one out.
No,
you know?
absolutely. I walked into the bathroom last night, and Tinker, my dog there, King Charles crossed with a papillon.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
right.
Mogi's dog?
I
Pat?
can't say I have, no.
Bloody cute, mate.
That's-
Well, anyway,
yeah.
she
It's
sort of,
a
she sort of
doozy.
reacts to the tension there. I walk into the bathroom and she's got my toothbrush up her bum.
Yeah,
I'm like, busted.
totally.
How do you think that happened?
Well, this is the thing. Oh, I think she put it up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Deliberately.
She likes playing practical jokes.
Oh, your dogs are like that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My dog's never done that. My cat has.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But that was with my razor blades.
Up your bum.
Well, I won't go into it, but it was cheeky little bastard.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, she hard there on the Radio Hodaki Big Show this Friday afternoon. The time is 10 minutes to 5 o'clock.
God, that song's good.
It is the bee's sneeze.
It is,
right?
mate. It is.
It's a classic game. That's one of their best.
Sorry,
It is.
did you say bees sneeze?
The bee's sneeze,
The
yeah.
bee sneeze,
Isn't
yeah.
it the bees' knees, like their knees?
What?
What about their knees?
Well, the saying is, the bees' knees.
No, the bees sneeze, Keezy. I don't think
What do you mean,
bees have
bees
What does
sneeze?
bee's mean?
Bees don't have knees.
I thought that's the
Oh, they
business. Like
Oh,
that,
But
no,
not
I'm
a
pretty-
patella. They wouldn't have a patella.
No,
Well, no,
I'm
'cause-
I'm
no.
pretty sure that they don't have
don't
knees.
think they have bones. No, so the saying is like that's the
They've got an
business.
exoskeleton.
Do they?
It's the bees sneeze.
No, it's bees' knees.
No.
Like, it sounds like that's the
Pugs.
business.
Well, what
Pugs.
does bee's knees mean?
It's like saying that's the business. That's the bees'
Oh,
knees.
right.
It's like
yeah,
a cool
no,
way.
no,
Yeah.
Bees. I see. Sorry. Yeah, it's bees sneeze.
Bee sneeze, yeah. I mean, I don't see how the bee's knees
But they
means you're
sound
doing
si-
the business.
But they sound similar, so I can understand
Yeah,
why they're
yeah,
bee.
why you-
Yeah.
Well,
why
no,
they-
no,
have you thought that the whole time? That it's
What
the
have
bee's
I
knees?
thought? Yes, that's what everyone thinks.
No, it's the bee sneeze, Keezy.
Bees don't sneeze,
Bees sneeze.
do they?
That's
Yeah,
the
man.
whole point of
Bees
the
sneeze.
Yeah, well,
yes.
that's what's so funny about it, man, is that they have to go and collect pollen off flowers.
Thank you.
And they're allergic, and it
Yes.
makes them sneeze.
Have you never seen a bee sneeze?
Bees sneeze.
That's
Yes.
why it's so cool, man. When you see a bee sneeze, it's bloody funny because all that fur shakes and all the pollen pops off it.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
sort of
amazing.
and
yeah.
they sort of go backwards at a quick,
Yeah.
quick rate. And they just go.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
out of it, yeah. So it was on. They had them on those David Attenborough documentaries
Yeah.
with the super slow motion cameras.
Right. So he's like, look
The
how
bee
cool
sneeze.
this is.
The bee
Well, he doesn't
sneeze.
say that it's cool, but you can sort of see for yourself that
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
He
So-
lets you make your own decision.
Right.
Because the whole idea of it, right, the bee sneeze, is that the bee's blown away.
Right. Oh.
Yeah, you see? I don't know where you get bees' knees from.
Because
Sorry,
the thing
I just
about
thought it
bees is, one, they don't have knees.
Yes.
Okay?
Right.
Two, if they did have knees,
So
who
what?
gives a shit?
Yeah, so what?
right. Yeah. So when they sneeze, they
That's
go
actually
backwards.
quite cute, Keezy, to be honest.
So when they sneeze, they go backwards.
Yeah.
They're blown away, which
Yes.
means, I'm blown away by how cool that
And
is.
as
yeah,
Smokey
yeah.
said,
Blown away.
they're collecting pollen all the
Pollen,
time,
yeah.
and they're coincidentally allergic to
So
it.
they've got like
Yeah.
hay fever.
Yeah, exactly that.
Bees sneeze.
Yeah.
The bee sneeze, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Hey, this song from the Black Keys, this is the Bees Sneeze.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
Hey guys, whenever I get drunk and fall asleep, my dog takes my pants off, pisses in them, and then puts them back on me, and I wake up with dog piss all over my crotch. What do I do?
Yeah, been there, man. Been there.
That's probably a husky or a blue heeler. because they're smart.
Really?
But they're known for, obviously, in the blue heeler is a hell of a sheepdog. They'll go 10 k's away and bring you back your herd. But they're also massive practical jokers.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't walk through a door. I used to have a blue heeler. I couldn't walk through a door without a bucket of piss falling on my head.
How did it get up there and put the...
Totally, mate. Totally. They are...
Have you had one as well?
They are always at it, you know what I mean? I used to have a... I can relate, it was different. It was the old Chihuahua. And he used to, I'd go out and get on it. And
what was his name?
Pardon?
What was the Chihuahua's name?
Toto.
Oh, yeah.
And this is when I was living alone. I'd go out, Mogi, and get on it as you do.
Yeah.
And similar thing, he'd take and I'd fall asleep on the couch. He'd rip my pants off there and do an absolute steamer in my pants.
Wow.
And Chihuahuas, mate, attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Attitude. And I'm talking like Keezy steamers. For a little dog, they had a lot of feces. And
Well, my steamer's a regular size, all right?
I would wake up in the morning and be like, "Oh, Toto!"
Yeah.
And so would it pull your pants back up and do the belt back up?
do the belt back
Wow.
up and stuff.
With
For a
its
while, you
paws.
thought it was you that was doing it,
Yeah,
eh?
I did. I was going mad, man. I was
Yeah.
going, "What the hell?" I haven't shat myself since I was a baby, and then, yeah.
Bloody Toto, eh?
My blue heeler one time as well, I went out, it was like you, I got steamed there. Then I went out, went to, sort of normal Sunday morning, a bit hungover and that, went to church on that. Everyone looking at me funny. They had a goatee there, and I thought it might have been my goatee, but he'd drawn a cock and balls on my face.
Your dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I tell you
they-
what, lifelike.
Yeah.
Far out.
Yeah.
It's just, I didn't know they could hold a pen,
I remember getting steamed once, and
I thought this was pet advice.
and I was really steamed, fell asleep on the couch. Same sort of thing, Mogi. It was something down at the sports club there, and I walk in there, and everyone's looking at me weird and sort of going,
Yeah.
what the hell's going on? Shaved off both my bloody eyebrows, and I was like, Toto!
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I had one actually there with the old blue heeler. Then I got steamed. I used to get drunk quite a lot back in the old days.
Yeah.
And I woke up there and I thought, Jesus, I'm feeling, you never feel great with a hangover, but feeling extra.
Yeah, bad.
He'd only gone and cut me open and sold one of my kidneys.
Oh,
The Hodaki Big Show podcast. Catch them weekdays from 4 on Radio Hodaki.
Fellas, I've started up with my fishing again. Spent $2,500 at the local fish and tackle shop there, which my wife wasn't impressed by. But anyway,
Yeah.
I thought, hey, high tide, 3 o'clock, and I thought to myself, and it was a Sunday as well there, Keezy, I'll go and have a bit of a fish.
Yeah.
So off I got to get everything packed up and ready to go, and off I drive to my local beach there and get there and arrive and park up and go, I take a moment to just enjoy the peace and quiet, get my tackle box out. I forgot my fishing rod.
You forgot your rod.
I forgot my fishing rod.
But how can you go fishing without a fishing rod?
Yeah, good question that, Mogi. And to say I was effing and jeffing would be putting it mildly.
So you sort of ruined the tranquility, did you?
Yeah, I was even more fired up than when I left.
Yeah.
So,
Did you go back, get your rod, come back?
Nah, yes,
Okay,
I
but-
did.
Oh,
yes,
you did?
Yes.
Oh, that's
but
good.
then you know what else? What happened? I forgot my fish stake where you put your rod in the beach. So I had to end up standing there and holding my own rod. That really made me
Standing there with your rod in your hand,
which
were you?
it just totally ruined the experience for me. You
Did
know
you
what
have
I'm
to do
saying?
a bit of work? It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, well, I had to stand there and hold the damn thing.
Did you catch any fish?
No, not even a nibble.
But that's standard. That's
Mind
standard.
you, having to be fair, because I didn't have any bait. So I
You didn't have any bait?
No, I forgot to put the bait in my tackle box.
You know,
so-
you could save a lot of time by just throwing a line out off your back deck. For the amount of fish you get, man, save yourself the travel time.
Yeah, well, possibly.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.
My dog insists on making eye contact when he lays a Keezy.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it. What can I do?
This
Look
really
away is one of the options.
Yes.
But they love it, eh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely they do. Of course, that's why they're making me eye contact. It makes it more special for them.
It's a real connection.
To poo in front of their owner.
My dog not only does that, she gives me eye contact, but then while she turns around and is eating her poos, she looks up at me with eye contact, you know? Am I doing good, boss?
Yeah.
Am I doing good? Tail wag, tail
You
wag.
like that? You like that
You
one?
like that?
You like that one?
She's
You like that one, boss?
eating it
Yeah.
all up there. Yummy, yummy, daddy.
Yeah. My dog the other day, and this is a true story, Tinker, King Charles Cavalier Spaniel crossed with a Papillon, massive bulges on the bastard.
he really does have massive bulges.
Curling the back, arching the back, curling one out, and not insignificant. And obviously Tinker knew it, and she looked up at me, and with her massive bulges, she sort of gave me the old wink, like that one is the business. Have you ever had your dog wink at you, man? As if to say, how do you like them apples?
Check those toffee apples out. Oh, this is turning into pet chat.
This is, yeah. Speaking of which, my pet llama keeps eating its own poo and then spitting on my face.
From the top? From the top.
I don't know if I can. My pet llama keeps eating its own poo and then spitting on my face when I go to give him a pat after work. Is there something I can do to stop him spitting on me? I've had about enough, and the bastard will be turned into neck chops someday soon if he doesn't cut it out. Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unlike the Chihuahua or the Blue Heeler, is it? That's they're
llama.
they're practical jokers.
Yeah, very much so.
They've very much got that vein. So you're sort of falling for it, hook, line, and sinker there.
Yes.
Um,
I used to own an ostrich.
Oh, yeah.
That literally hurled its own feces at hurled it at me.
They got a good
How
arm
did
on
it
them.
hurl it at you?
Oh,
with his
yeah.
foot?
Yeah.
just for
Yeah,
splatter.
yeah.
Like that, boss. Tail wag.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To stop that.
Yeah.
The spitting.
There's only
of the
back
poo.
paddock, I'm afraid.
Can I just say, just on that text, by the way, I'm not that familiar with neck chops.
Oh, a neck chop.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
they
imagine they'd be
normally
quite
come
nice.
from a lamb.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite small, I'm picking.
Yeah, they're not big.
Yeah.
Not a lot of meat on the bastards.
You know-
Because you're chopping up a neck that's had quite a lot of shit going down.
The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
What I have been really enjoying is the lovely weather we've had over the last couple of days.
Totally.
And what it's allowed me to do, actually, which has been a massive bugbear of mine over... Because you know how I feel about my lawns, don't
I
you, Mogi?
do.
And if my lawns are, not in order, then Hoity J's head is not in order. It's the same with the vacuuming.
Sure.
If my house isn't vacuumed, then Hoity J's not okay.
Right.
But the last couple of days, I've had the opportunity of getting out and getting the lawns under control, and it's been quite an interesting experience. I'll be honest with you.
Interesting how?
Well, I like mowing the lawns yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, da-douche, and I was like, "What the is that?"
Sure.
Oh, like a rock or something up in your...
Because you've got to realise it's been months since I've been able to do my lawns. So they've got completely out of control. So I go and look what's in front of the old lawnmower there. It's a dead horse. And I'm like, how did a dead horse end up on my property?
Hang on.
Was
And
it
then
a live
Jace-
horse first?
Well, it must have been alive at some point,
Jace.
obviously.
I agree with that.
So
yeah.
could you not see the dead horse, or was the grass so
No, that's
long?
what I mean, Keezy. My grass was so out of control that I didn't see that there was a dead horse on my property. And then I had this vague recollection last year where I was pretty steamed. I have a vague recollection of buying a horse
Oh, yeah.
And taking it to your house.
and bring it, because I've got quite a big backyard, and I was probably thinking keep the grass down or something like that, and
Yeah.
then completely forgot about the poor
And
bastard.
riding it into work.
Exactly. There's so
Problem
many.
is there's no parking in the city for
there's
horses.
well, you can hitch it just outside on the pole there, but yeah,
You need a bike lock, really.
But now I'm faced with the conundrum of what to do with a dead horse, because it's a it's a Clydesdale.
Oh, close.
Yeah, so it's a draft horse.
Yeah.
Why did you buy a Clydesdale?
Well, I think maybe I was thinking of hoeing my lawn, and attaching a hoe.
Like a plough.
Yeah, a massive plough to it. But
Well, you've got quite a lot of cold air comes into your house. If it's a draft horse, you could stick it under the house. It might block up a few of the holes in your floorboards.
to stop the draft.
actually,
yeah.
that's not a bad idea, Mogi. So anyway, I sort of put that to I don't put it to the side because it was massively heavy, and I'm carrying on doing the lawns, and then I get the old weed eater out down the fence line, get to the end of the fence line, whipping all that grass away. Boom! What do I find? A wild pack of undomesticated Papua New Guinea pigs. Now, I don't know if you've ever come across an undomesticated Papua New Guinea pig. Vicious little bastards, mate.
You mean undomesticated or just wild?
They're wild.
Well, they haven't been domesticated.
So they haven't been domesticated.
You can just say wild.
Well,
wild.
Okay.
Were they wild? Were they angry?
Oh, they were furious.
So
because
they were angry, undomesticated Papua New Guinea pigs.
Papua New Guinea pigs. And, as I've mentioned before, they've got poisonous fangs on those bastards.
They do, man.
Mate, went me. She's got the old weed eater out. Dug. But
normally they're straight up the old trouser pants, but your pants are pretty tight, so you would have been right
skinny
there.
jeans.
Good on you, mate.
But I managed to capture a couple of those, and I'll be trading those off on Trade Me because they go for a bundle.
Was there anything else in your backyard, like a possum or something?
So then I'm carrying on with the lawns, effing and jeffing a bit, going, what else am I going to find there? Doosh! And the whole bloody, I run over something with my bloody lawnmower, and I was like, what the hell's going on there? Completely ruined my lawnmower. Bloody pile of bricks. A pile of bricks just under the grass there that I didn't see, Mogi.
I don't believe you on that one.
The pile of bricks, man, they come out of nowhere.
Oh, it just totally rooted my rotor.
The Hodaki Big Show podcast.